Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome. I was, hey everybody, how's it going? I just started doing the intro to my podcast and I realized, oh yeah, I'm not recording a podcast right now. Hi, how's it going? Um, Anytime there is a theme amongst my coaching clients about either what they're going through or the coaching that they get or any other commonality, I like to share it with you because I figure that there's something going on out in the ether that we're all experiencing and that hopefully you'll benefit from this coaching too. So, if this sounds like you, awesome. You have been successful throughout your whole life, whatever that success looks like. So you've followed a predetermined path. Life has taken you probably on some twists and turns, but for the most part, you have been able to achieve your success by setting goals, sticking to do lists, getting things done, and pushing hard. This phase of life it requires a totally different operating system. So, what I mean by that is the skills and attributes that got you where you are today to the level of success that you've gotten in your life, in your job, in society. The skills and habits that have gotten you as far as they have are not going to be the same skills and attributes that will take you into your next level life. So if you're wondering, why have I checked all the boxes of success and I only feel overwhelmed, unfulfilled, and unhappy? Or why am I not further along in my life by now? What I want you to know is you're not alone. This is really common, especially for women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. And what I will tell you is when you reach this point in your life, it requires a different operating system, a different playbook. What I mean by that is instead of creating lists and grinding, which I know is your comfort zone and your zone of genius, it requires more self trust, more trust in the universe, and more following the next right step. That's where the self trust and self in the universe comes into play because when you don't have everything mapped out, when you don't have the 5 year plan, that can feel really scary, right? Because your whole life you've had a plan. But in order to step into your next level life, a life that feels abundant and peaceful, and you feel confident, you feel fulfilled, you feel like you're making a contribution to the world, in order to reach that next level of your life, you need to set aside the grinding, set aside the hustle, set aside the to do list, and you need to do things in a way that only you can do them. And that requires a boatload of self trust because the way that you do this next phase of your life may be different from the way, may look different from the way that will work for another person. So, being able to fully, wholeheartedly trust yourself and lean into that trust and ask yourself, if I 100% believed in myself and knew that I couldn't fail and knew that I had my own back, what would I do? This next phase of your life requires not having the 5 year plan and doing the backwards mapping, but instead asking yourself each morning, checking in with your body, checking in with your heart instead of your brain, and asking yourself, what sounds exciting today? What would excite me today? What would bring me joy today? What would I love to do today? And granted, you'll still have the things that you have to do, right? Like you still have to go to the dentist, you still have to do your job, you still have to clean up dog poop, but that doesn't have to be your whole day. Ask yourself what would be fun and follow that. That is your map to the future. Instead of knowing exactly where you're headed, asking yourself every morning, every moment that you can, what do I want? What is it that I really want right now? What would be amazing right now? And then following that. Also following the things that give you energy. So you may have done my energy management training. If you haven't, search in this group for energy management and you should be able to find it. The things that you feel like extra energy after doing, those are the things you should be doing more of. So build in space in your life Ask yourself, what would I love to do right now? What do I want? What would be exciting? What would be fun? Do more of those things and do more of the things that give you energy. And then over time, you're going to find your next thing. You're going to find the thing that fulfills you. You're going to find the work that brings you joy. You're going to find the contribution that you're meant to make in the world. But you can't do it backwards. You can't do it by envisioning the future and then creating a plan to get there. You have to do it the next step, follow the next thing that lights you up. So, in order to do that, again, you have to have a boatload of self trust. The good news is, I've created a challenge to help you build that trust in yourself over 5 days. So, it goes from June 19th to 24th. Each day, I'll hop in the group with a live lesson, about 30 minutes, with some actionable tools you can use to start building self trust right away. If you're not available for those specific live trainings, if you're out of town that week, it's totally fine. Still sign up for it, and you'll get all of the replays and all of the work and the access to the community. So I'll put a link below that you can sign up for it. I hope to see you in there, and let's work on this next level life.